Everybody, just gonna make a little quick video for like a beginner's guide to start running. Like I say, I'm not a professional runner. I've only been running a short time, since maybe January. Like I said, before then I kind of walked a little bit, walked the dogs, just went walking out in our apartment we had out and around there. Mostly, like I say, walking the dogs too. But and like I say, my background, like I say, 2.5 years ago, I had a heart attack. Try to start eating better, exercising a little bit more, and did a lot of research. Was told I was a pre-diabetic. I was probably a diabetic, and I just started eating better. And I'm going to tell you, I mean, if you're older in life, trying to run, walk, to get a little bit in better shape, it all starts with eating clean, eating better. Like I said, I do keto, and the main reason I do keto is just a diet that I can do and stick to it. I've been on it over a year and a half now, I believe, and it's done a lot of work for me. But some people, keto is just not for them, and so you just got to find something that you can do that you'll stick to for a while. This is a lifestyle change. It ain't something, you want to diet for a couple weeks, couple months. You want to change your lifestyle. I've heard that all my life, and it really didn't dawn on me till I had my heart attack. But we got to do some changes, our lifestyle, and keto's kind of keeping me on track, and it's working for me so far. Like I say, all my blood work has came back a whole lot better. My triglycerides, my HDL, LDL, my sugar level, glucose, all that's a whole lot better. So like I said, for right now, I'm going to stick to it. I do eat a little bit more carbs, as far as like blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, that type stuff. So I'm not super strict on how many carbs I take. I just try to eat better now. So my number one tip for beginner runners is eat better. I've heard sayings like you can't outrun a bad diet, and just eating better will make you feel better. If you eat junk food, like I say, that's what got me just ate bad for 50 plus years. So if you eat better, cut out sweets, high carbohydrates, just junk food in general, and just eat cleaner. Even if you don't do keto, if you eat vegetables, fruits, clean meats, fish, eggs, you just, like I say, when I got on keto, my number one rule was if it had more than the main ingredient with whatever I was eating, maybe some salt, I didn't eat it. If it had more than 2 ingredients, I didn't eat it for the first probably year. Now I still try to keep the ingredients low, but I kind of add a little bit different varieties. Like I say, now, I eat a little bit different, but I still try to keep it very clean. Then my tip number 2 is get out and get you a good pair of running, walking shoes, daily trainers, something that you can walk in. And also, when you start maybe trying to jog in them a little bit, that they support your feet good. Like I said, I think something like the Nike Pegasus is probably a good option. There's a few others that I have. My first shoe was the Asics Nova Blast 3, and I really enjoyed those. I still wear them today. Matter of fact, I wore them today for a 6 mile run. I really enjoyed them, but I don't know if I would go something with that much foam or cushion. They're not really a max cushion shoe, but I would maybe go something a little bit smaller stack height, especially when you're walking and stuff. But I don't think you can go wrong with the Nova Blast. I think they would be a decent pair of walking shoes too. And I've never owned like the Nike Pegasus or I sent shoes similar to those. But I don't think you can go wrong with those. Just main thing is get a shoe that fits your feet good. That's the right size. Like I say, well, my first pair of shoes that I bought for running was the New Balance V4 More or More V4. And here lately, I just can't run in them. They put like hot spots on my toes and stuff just cause I bought them a wide and about a house size too big. I should have went a house size down. And so I think just my feet moving around inside of them over 4 or 5 miles, they start putting hot spots on my feet. Like I say, when I first ran in them, I really didn't run long enough to notice them. I might have been doing a mile or two at the most. But now that I got my mileage up, I can really feel it. So I would find you a shoe that just fits good. The rule of thumb is, I think if you want something, you put your thumb between your big toe and the end of the shoe. That's kind of what I judge it by. And something that, I used to like my shoes real loose feeling, but now I kind of want something a little bit where it feels like it's holding my feet in place, snugging them. But you want that little extra cushion between your toes and the end of them. But so that's tip number 2. And tip number 3 is, like I say, when I first started walking, I had all kinds of feet issues. And I would just say stretch your calves out. Just warm up your ankles and feet and bring your toes back. Just kind of get them loosened up and stuff before you get out walking. Even if you've been walking and, do your stretching and stuff like that when you first get up. Not so much stretching, but like I said, just do some feet rolls before you get out of bed and bring your toes back to loosen up everything. Not so much where you're pulling something, but just kind of stretching everything out, loosening them up, and getting them ready for the day. And definitely try to warm up a little bit. Maybe do some knee raises and just maybe stretch your calves out a little bit to kind of loosen everything up. Then next one would be just start slow. If I had to suggest to somebody what to do, I would say get out maybe 3 times a week and maybe walk for 20 minutes a day, 15, 20 minutes, and just kind of build up from there. I probably would do that for a couple weeks, then maybe add 5 more minutes to one of your walks, then a couple weeks add 5 more minutes to another walk, and just kind of build from there. Then if you're like me, you kind of need motivation, so I started doing the Couch to 5K plan. And if like one of the weeks gets kind of tough, just do that week till you feel comfortable going to the next week. That's what I did. I did the 8-week plan in like 12 weeks. So there's nothing wrong with that. Like I say, this is a lifestyle change, so you got to look at it like, you're in this for the long run, not for 8 weeks. So if you had to do an 8-week plan in 12 weeks, it's no big deal. And look for motivation stuff like, being able to run for 5 or 10 minutes without stopping, or being able, to do a 5K. Like I said, that's where I started off. I wanted to do a 5K race and be able to run 5K without stopping. And like I said, now I'm working on doing a half marathon. So, just got to build up, find motivations, and just stick to the plan. Take your time. Don't hurt yourself. And my next tip would be find different places to walk. Where I live at, I can't just go walking down the road or start jogging down the road because we live on a busy road and I don't want to get ran over. But if you do, that's great. But also maybe try to find, like, say, some trails, parks, stuff that, where it's kind of dedicated for runners and joggers and walkers to go out. Fortunately, I do live in a place we have several different places to walk and run at. So I just alternate which one I go to. I might go to the local park right down the road. That's where I went today. Then the next time I go running, it might be at Rankin Lake, which is a little bit farther down the road. Or, I just kind of change it up to change sceneries. Then I also go different directions if it's possible. Just change it up where you're not doing the same routine over and over and over. So, like I say, the main thing you just do the why am I doing this? And my why is to get healthier, get in better shape, and hopefully have a better quality of life as I get older. So, and I use motivation of like being able to run a 5K, being able to do a half marathon. Right now I'm doing a half marathon, but I want to be able to run a 10-mile long run when I do it. I ain't got there yet. I have done 8 miles, but I hadn't got to the 10-mile mark. So that's kind of my next goal as I build for this half marathon. So guys, just keep up the hard work, be patient, and I'd say just get healthy and get fit. Thank you for watching.